I thought it would be fun to finish the insert in my TN that I have one page left in. I stamped this at Paper Plus Cloth. You can't see it here, but they have a little journaling station now where you can use a couple of their stamps, you can use some washi tapes and make a little spread while you're in the store. So I thought that would be a fun addition to this insert. And now I have one page left. I don't really count this one because I don't want there to be any show through or ghosting. So I thought it would be fun to decorate this together. This insert has been a long companion of mine, which is surprising because it is small. But as I've said in other videos, I'm actually quite a slow journaler. It really depends on how you define speed. And sometimes I just like to pick something that grabs my attention and start with that. Ooh, you have to be careful with some of these like pet tape type stickers and samples because the static of them will make them sort of grab onto the page before you're ready, which can be annoying if you have something specifically in mind or it's not exactly where you wanted to post it. I'm just using my sticker book here to look at things I've already cut out. Some pages are completely blank because I start to consolidate as I start to go through different pages. And then after a while, when there's enough empty spaces, I go through my collection again and start filling up the pages. I don't use a lot of these butterfly wings anymore. I used to use them a ton, so I might use them in this spread. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of looking before I can find something that I like and want to use. Does anyone else get impatient as they get closer to the end of a journal or an insert and you've just had it and you want to finish it? I usually get to that point where the end drags on a little bit too much and I would rather just get it over with. So then I end up doing something like this where I do like a little spread or collage at the back, use up some of my stationery, and then I can sort of send the journal on its way. It's also good to get some practice collaging since I really don't do it as much anymore, which is sad because I obviously have a lot of cute stuff that I want to be using. I find the morning pages that I'm doing really kind of suck up all of my energy toward journaling after doing so much writing. I find that's pretty much my limit for the day. So coming into my other journals and also doing other spreads and spending more hours a day in my journal sometimes is just too much. I want to do other things in my life. I have to do other things in my life. Sadly, we can't always be doing our hobbies as much as we would like to. I usually like to pick a central color or something like that and sort of build a spread around it. So this one, of course, is blue. Her dress is blue. This background is blue. And then I have different shades of blue coming through, but then I have a little bit of yellow and the green as like secondary and tertiary colors. So that is an easy way to keep things looking cohesive and make it look really intentional, is to keep in mind your color palette. And sometimes you can just throw it all to the wind and do something crazy and it still looks nice and comes together well. It's not necessarily a rule, it's just something I tend to do because I feel like it makes things easier sometimes. I'm looking for something to go here just to give it a little bit of detail because there's a lot of color here. Maybe this might be too much. Maybe something over here. I'm also looking at this one. I think I like this one better. Yeah. See how it just kind of tones down the color a little bit? Because you want the focal point to be here. And so too much color over here can kind of pull your attention to this corner. And the other stuff looks like it's kind of, I don't know, floating. Isn't really the focal point. I forgot I had added these in here. I guess toward the back is the newer stuff. And these stickers as well are newer to my sticker book. Sometimes I forget I have stuff and then I put them in here and it's like having new stationery again. That's what happens when you have so much. So I am just looking for anything else that is, oops, a very small little detail. Maybe this little tiny leaf I can add to sort of layer here. I think that looks good. So it's really just very intuitive. I don't know if that's helpful. But here's the final piece. And I will fill this in later probably. But if I don't, that's okay. And now this one is officially done. So I will, actually I'll pull this guy over my beautiful storage box. And in here I have the ones that I haven't used yet, which you've seen already, and this one, the ongoing journal. This was usually for more of my hobbies, I would say, but now it'll likely just end up being an everything journal. The one thing I don't like is these washi tape stickers keep peeling up, so I'm just gonna get these off of here. And I will, I'll just stick them on a page. I think people build up journaling too much in their head sometimes, and they forget that it's supposed to be fun. So doing something like this is kind of crazy to them. So I'm just gonna literally put this, maybe I'll put it over here. It's flat on this side, so I'll put it along the edge of the paper. And then I'm still using it, but it's not getting stuck to other things and curling up on the edge of the page. And then I can put this guy over here. And I'll figure out something else to decorate the front. Usually something like pet tape pieces tend to stick a lot better to these covers, I find. Or maybe I'll stamp it. Actually, that would be kind of fun to stamp the cover. I guess I haven't really decorated the other ones. This one has just a small little washi tape piece, but it's so little that it doesn't get rubbed a lot, so it stayed on okay. This one has a stamp from the Travelers Company factory store in Japan, so maybe I'll stamp it. Actually, that could be fun. So what I'll do now is I will take out this brass tab because I'm not going to archive the brass tab. There's also another stamp on the back here too. And this will be my number one. First one that I filled since I bought this journal in January. And months later, I have finally filled a insert. So that will stay there. And then this guy will come with me. Put him back over there. So that this doesn't fly around. Okay. can see here is the connector. I think I will actually swap these two. This is the travel journal that I still haven't finished, so I will actually put this behind and this one in front of the sticker book and leave the sticker book in the middle. I'm so glad I got these elastics, and I'm glad that they've held up so far. I have other like regular like rubber bands and whatnot, and I find they degrade so fast, especially if they're in the sunlight. So I'm glad that this has held up so far. And then this guy, we'll just thread them right through. I like to pull them out from either side so that the spine of this one kind of has a spot to move in, and then they're flatter. Then here's this bookmark. Maybe I'll make a little charm for the end of this bookmark or something. But if not, that's okay. And now I have my journal again with the not quite new, but mostly empty insert at the front, which will be my everything insert. Then the sticker book, and then the travel journal. And now they're in numerical order, which is nice. I have a feeling I'll probably finish the travel journal before I finish this one, again, just because it takes me so long to fill, but that's okay. And that is the setup. Oh, and the clip, of course, and the brass tab. Maybe I'll swap out the brass tab actually for the number 2, just to, I don't know, just for something fun. They're supposed to be for documenting like the month in your journal. I think people will use it to say like this is 1 for January, 2 for February, etc., and like larger setups, but I just use it because it's cute. And it's a nice bookmark for what to use next. That's the new setup.